Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today we will be working on Raina, our Gong Legacy Let's Play main character slash founder new home. Raina has just recently graduated from university and she is in the process of becoming a employed person, basically a doctor. So she has outgrown her old apartment in the other side of Evergreen Harbour and she wants to move out of that small little apartment and move on to like somewhere that has more land and it's not in an apartment. So if you watched the last 2 episodes of the Gong Legacy series, you would have seen her going around with her loved ones trying to find a new living area for her, like a new home, like a new place to call her home, if you will. And she has ultimately settled on staying in Evergreen Harbour and moving to another neighborhood and another lot instead. So this is the one that she's moving into. She really liked how it is like, and instead of tearing it all down and rebuilding a new house, Raina decided that she will do a good renovation on it. So when I built this house, I kept the general floor plan intact. I knocked down walls, I added, and I just kind of like edited it a little bit, but the general like shape of the house remained the same. The side yard remained the same as well, pretty much, but it looks very different at the end, so I'm quite proud of this one. It looks really good in my opinion. And you will notice that the world is actually a little bit dirty, like we haven't done any NAPs here or anything, so I think Raina, when she moves in, she will have to focus on working on some social neighborhood action plan activities to try to get her neighborhood cleaned up. But she was aware of it when she moved into this area, so it's something that she willingly signed up for, and she is definitely going to be very determined to make sure that her neighborhood becomes something prettier through neighborhood action plans, basically. For this build, I wanted it to look like Raina has a lot of money, because we know that she does have a lot of money, but it's not technically her money, it's her parents' money. She doesn't actually have enough household funds and savings to actually move into this lot, but because she is going to be starting as a doctor soon, she's going to have a good career soon, I think she's not going to be wanting for money for much longer. So in order to move into this house, she has borrowed some money from her, or rather like her parents has lent her the money, or rather they paid first. But the plan is to have her like note down how much she has actually like borrowed from her parents, and she is intending on returning it to her parents. So there's that element. I went all out with this build. I didn't like try to keep it under budget or anything. I just like built it, and because her parents are really rich, they will be able to afford whatever. I mean, like obviously in real life they would have had a budget themselves, but it wouldn't be anything too crazy anyway. So this house turned out to be about like, I don't really know, but I'm going to say about 200 or 300,000 simoleons. I might be very off, but Raina has moved in and she has playtested this build and everything, so I kind of knew that she has a lot of debt to pay back to her parents at some point, which is gonna be fun. I just like, I mean, like for a rich girl like herself, I just didn't want her to have life too easy. Like she has had life very easy. She never really had to worry about money when she was studying in uni anyways. So yeah, I think it's just like a gesture thing for Raina to want to pay back her parents for their help. So that's like the angle I'm going with this one. And yeah, so for the design of this house, I think Raina had a lot of say in like the renovation and what she wanted. She knew that she I think originally in this house there were like 5 bedrooms or something, 2 on the, was it 2 downstairs? No, it was 1 downstairs and 4 upstairs, like 4 rooms, but technically 4 bedrooms and 1 study. By the way, the kids are screaming downstairs again, so lovely. And so she decided to knock down all the walls downstairs. There weren't much walls to begin with, but she knocked down some. So she connected the kitchen kinda to the rest of the house, even though it's the kitchen, as you will see later, is actually hidden in like a nook area, so it's still kind of closed off from like the rest of the house, but air flows. So if you cook something, the whole house will still be able to, I mean, like the fragrance of your cooking will still waft through the entire first floor and some of the second floor, but I guess that's okay. And yeah, I converted one of the downstairs guest bedroom looking thing into a sunroom. And then on the upstairs, Raina decided to connect two of the bedrooms and make them into like one big bedroom ensuite situation, and then the other two bedrooms across the hall, one of them became a guest room and another one became her little yoga practicing sanctuary thing, because yoga is very big in Raina's life, so she made sure that this house has a lot of yoga zen spot for her. In total, there will be 2 yoga and meditation spots in this house for her. One would be on the balcony, so it's like an outdoor thing, and then one would be indoors, like right beside her bedroom. So she has 2 different types of yoga space for her to enjoy her yoga depending on the weather and her mood. And there's also like a very big backyard space, so she can always just bring her yoga and meditation things downstairs if she ever wishes to. And what else do I have to share about this build? It's like pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, the design choices, I guess. First of all, lots of CC is used. This is like 90, I want to say this is about 95% CC. Because like I said in my Ahanu speed build recently, I think it was last week, wasn't it? I recently went CC shopping and then I downloaded a lot of stuff, and I have been very excited to use them, so I'm very happy that I'm getting to use some of the stuff here. And some of these things are actually necessary for like my storytelling purposes, because we're playing like a Chinese culture centric let's play after all, right? So you will see in the kitchen there is a rice cooker, there is going to be the dim sum like bamboo steamer thing that is used in a lot of Chinese cuisines, and there is going to be a kettle which is very important for her tea, and then I also added a hot pot thingy which is also very important even though it's Japanese, and then the takoyaki machine because it's Asian. So there's a lot of like different like things that I'm familiar with in my culture and like just general Asian culture things. Also, I'm like suffering from a sore throat. I'm so sorry that my voice is so rough. Lots of CC has been used, some necessary. I mean, like honestly, like if I wanted to make this like 5% CC and just use the normal stuff, I could, but I just downloaded so much CC and I really wanted to use it. So this house is relatively very cluttered and very CC-fied, and I love it actually. I really love it. I used to think that I don't want to build with CC because like no one can download it, but then nowadays I'm just like, you know what, I just want to have good storytelling. I just want to make sure that, you know, it reflects what I want. Oh my god, the kids are so loud. But you know, it reflects what I want the story to tell, like how my gameplay looks and stuff. I'm actually pretty where can I find friendly, so if you ever want to know something, just let me know and I'll try to find it for you. Otherwise, like I'll just like keep quiet about it because it's a lot of CC, you know. And since we're on the topic of like rice cookers, CC, things we don't have, also chicken. But yeah, since we're on the topic of this, when this video goes up, the reveal trailer of the For Rent expansion pack just came out, and if you've watched it, you know that it's very Southeast Asian inspired, and that being where I am from, I'm Singaporean, so we're in Southeast Asia. It was very fun and very exciting to see. Like, it still sends shivers down my spine just thinking about how we're going to get a world that is dedicated to the things that I am familiar with growing up. It's not like really Singaporean, but I think Singapore shares like a bit of the culture that we see in that pack as well. So I don't know, it's just a basically like Southeast Asian pack, and I'm really excited because we get like lots of things that I feel like we could use in Gong Legacy as well, it being like me trying to display sort of Chinese, sort of Southeast Asian Chinese, sort of Singaporean Chinese culture. Like, it's like a mismatch, just like how The Sims 4 is mismatching all of the Southeast Asian cultures together, I guess. And I see that we're gonna get like a rice cooker, pressure cooker thing. I was like, oh my god, we don't have to use the mods anymore. Although I feel like I would still use the mods because I think like custom food content is like one of my favorite CCs ever. So actually, like, would you guys be interested in me showcasing some of my favorite custom food mods and content in like a separate video? Because I've been thinking about doing something like that, because like, I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of those, and I am quite happy to share with everybody. But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to touch a little bit on like the For Rent expansion pack trailer coming out. I don't know anything about like the rental part of things. Like, I have no feelings around the whole landlord situation, the whole landlord renter tenant situation. Like, it's whatever to me, to be honest. It's like I'm like, okay, I'm going to be having a lot of fun, I know, from that pack. I'm definitely going to like try out like a new gameplay with that one, I think. But enough about that pack. I really just wanted to touch on the rice cooker and some of the Asian aspects of the pack, because that's exciting and I can use it in Gong Legacy, so I wanted to talk about it. Okay, a few hours have actually passed since whatever you just heard. I had to go stream and then I had to go out and then I'm finally back and continuing and finishing up this recording. So it's at night now. Hopefully there's no more like screaming kids and chickens and stuff. But anyways, I was just listening to what I was saying, and I honestly, right, for this build I don't really have a lot of like constructive things to say because it's just a beautiful build. It's just where Raina's gonna stay. So I guess I should touch on like the design choices, I guess. I went for a very kind of like natural material sort of look because I wanted Raina to, or rather like Raina wanted to live in a place where it's very zen-like, but she doesn't want it to be like completely Japanese. Like she doesn't really want it to be like a completely like zen space, like she's completely obsessed with like Japanese culture or like zen culture in a sense, just because she's into yoga. So she went for like a more natural concrete material. I don't really know, like just wooden plants, natural colors, calming interiors. I tend to like darker interiors, but I think Raina would probably like a more like lighter tones in her house, so I went for it. I went for like a lighter tone. I made the lighting very warm, and the whole house just kind of exudes like this sort of warmness, but also like a natural sort of feeling to it because of the materials used. Like I feel like most of the things that I used in this build are made out of like wood, concrete, jute, you know, like just natural-ish materials, which is actually quite trendy nowadays, isn't it? So I feel like this kind of houses are the type of houses that you will see on like Architectural Digest and stuff, and it is definitely very fresh out of like an architect's brain in a sense. So I think it still looks quite not very lived in, but I think it's okay for right now because Raina has just moved in, and Raina doesn't really have a lot of like memorable keepsake items that she wants to keep anyways right now at this point in her life. So there wasn't anything that she really wanted to display or keep and stuff, but I feel like there are enough like shelving spaces and like different areas of the house that we can convert into. I'll just use as a display shelf if we ever need it further down in her story. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out because like right now it just really looks like a house out of a magazine almost. I'm not saying that it looks super good though. I am very aware that it doesn't look super like professional interior designer. I do have all of these fancy mods and CC and stuff to make it look very lovely, but I don't think I have like the sense to make it look like it is a professionally like designed house. I feel like there's something missing. It's not like the best thing, but I like the idea of thinking that maybe Raina did most of the interior designing herself. Like maybe she consulted someone for a little bit, but she decided to go off on her own, or maybe she just did the whole thing on her own. Like she's not like actually trained as a interior designer, you know what I mean? So maybe it's kind of something like that. So I think like right now in the video you will be seeing like the bathroom done, and then now we're doing the sunroom. I really like the sunroom. I feel like it's very nice. I decided to keep her flower arranging habit because I feel like I really wanted her to have like some space to like start a garden and stuff. I didn't actually end up, now that I'm thinking about it, make a space, like make Raina's garden, because I did mention that she wanted to live in a larger space with like a backyard space so that she can do more gardening. So I might go back to add some planter boxes in the backyard later. In this house there will be a pool and there will be like a barbecue area. It's like a very like solid backyard, if I may say so myself. I quite like how the backyard turned out. I think it's gonna be very fun to host various parties, make more friends, that kind of stuff. It's gonna be a very nice space for Raina to occupy and be in and live her life. So I'm really excited for this next leg of Raina's story. I'm really taking the story really slowly though. I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't think you did, but if you have such sharp eyes, but I actually paused aging for Raina because I kind of wanted to tell her story even more, and I didn't want her to like be aging up in like 2 weeks time, because if I do let aging run, I think Raina will be aging up in like 2 weeks in game. So I kind of want to have her be like in a young adult for longer. I'm not ready for her to become an adult yet. Like she hasn't even gotten like half of a story like done, I feel. I do understand when people say that university is very long and then it takes up like about almost the entirety or like half of, in my case, because I'm playing on like a relatively longer lifespan of a Sims like young adulthood to finish it. So her young adulthood is almost over, like it's like halfway or more through, and then we are only just ending her university life, and that's only because I made her rush the last 2 semesters as well. If not, it would have taken even longer. Honestly, for the rate that I'm telling my stories at, I feel like even if I pause aging for a while, it doesn't really matter, because I'm really just trying to like flesh out Raina's life and story and stuff. So I'm really taking it really slowly, and I hope it's okay with you guys. Like, I did get a comment once asking if Raina is ever going to have babies. I can promise you that Raina will ultimately start a family and continue this legacy thing. I don't have any plans for like the 2nd generation or anything yet. I do call this series a legacy because I do intend on trying to see if I can play like a couple of generations and see how like the dynamics would be like between elders and the younger people, because I mean, it's like the whole generational thing is very Chinese. I mean, like, it's in all cultures, but in Chinese it's also very important as well. So I do wish to kind of portray that a little bit. So that's gonna be a thing in the future, but I'm really just taking things very slowly, and I hope you guys are still keen to join me on the ride. Essentially, when I do start the episodes again, it will be arc 2 of season 1, still gen 1, but Raina will be entering like adult life, and she will be starting work as a doctor, right? So I am going to be needing to build her a new hospital if I can. I do have a hospital that I go back to often to play in. It's actually my friend Honey May Sim's build, which you can find on the gallery. It's like really amazing hospital. I use it for a lot of my gameplay, but I was thinking maybe I should build something special for like this series, because I do really love the series a lot and I want to give it my own touch and my own flavor as well. Maybe I could build like a hospital that reminds me of like the hospitals that we see in Singapore as well. That might be cool, but I will have to see if I have the energy to do that, because public lots are a little bit harder to manage and it's going to be very big, I feel, if I get my hands on building a public lot like that. Chances are I will be building it, but I don't know if I'll make it in time, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll dramatize it somehow and say like maybe she and you guys heard it here first if it happens. I'm not sure if it's going to, but maybe I'll dramatize it and be like, she tried one hospital, didn't really like it, and changed to another one or something like that. Maybe that will happen. We don't know yet, so we'll see. And I'm also going to have to like look into making her new colleagues and friends and stuff, because when you move on to another portion of your life, another chapter of your life, you do meet new people as well. And basically I have to refresh Raina's like friendship circles a little bit. She might lose some of her old friends, she might make new ones, who knows what's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't even know at this point like what's gonna happen. It's just like I really want it to be realistic, so new friends, colleagues, things like that is gonna happen. I'm quite excited about it, but it's gonna take a lot to set up. But I think I will be playing the episodes alongside it because I don't want to make you guys wait too long for it. But in exchange, I think it's gonna be quite a slow burn because I will have to play slower if I want to catch up with everything. We'll see how it goes, honestly. I have no idea, but basically this house will be there and Raina will move in the next time you see an episode from me. And yeah, I talked through most of the decor for the bedroom and actually a lot of the entire house anyway, so I don't know. I don't feel like I should be talking about individual items. I think it's going to be very confusing to catch up and very stressful for me as well. But you would have seen that I placed down a couple of empty frames here and there throughout the house. Like those are intended to be like placeholders for when Raina has pictures to fill them in with. I don't know if I'm going to fill up every single photo frame right now because I don't think she has that many photos to fill anyways, and I quite like the idea and the method of just making sure that there's like decor space for more photos, but you don't fill it up until there's something to fill up with. So yeah, I need to make sure that Raina takes more photos because I feel like right now all she has are photos with In-E, which I mean like it's sweet and all, but I don't really want Raina to just be like, oh, my boyfriend. Like she has friends and she hasn't gotten pictures with them yet, so maybe I should have to focus on trying to get some in-game pictures with them. I have a lot of like screenshots of the game of her posing with her friends and her family members and stuff, but I don't really have them in-game, and I need to make it a point to use her camera more to make sure that we do get some of those. And then in her very simple wellness yoga room, I kept it really simple. I have like a little storage space, altar almost situation. It's like a, not really an altar, but it's like a little space for her, a favorite artwork of hers maybe. And then the radio is there, the incense is there, and there will be like, I imagine, storage space for whatever she wants to keep inside. And I just wanted to keep it very minimal, and I found this bamboo textured yoga mat, and I thought it would be like the perfect mat to add to the yoga room because it's just I don't know, the texture of the walls also reminds me a little bit of like weaving as well. I'm not sure what the actual texture is, but it just reminds me of like it might not be like concrete or anything. I have no idea. So I just thought it matches, and it's quite a nice calming room to be in, and it's quite warm. It's also very simple, so it offers Raina some time to do meditation as well. I forgot to put down a meditation stool, but I remedied that a little bit later when I realized when I'm working on the balcony. And at this point we are working on almost finishing actually the guest bedroom. I decided to add like a single bedder bedroom that we can use as something that basically whenever someone comes over to stay or requests a stayover or whatever, they will be placed in that bedroom, I feel. Raina did also have that conversation with Guo Song about how like if he ever needs a place to crash, if he is like fighting with his sister that he lives together with, he can always like, you know, come here, because now that the house is bigger, he has like a space to crash if he needs to, that kind of stuff. So I was like, I took inspiration from that conversation to make that space. I'm not sure if Guo Song's ever going to actually take up that offer with Raina. Maybe it will happen. It depends on how their relationship is, like as in like Guo Song's relationship with Xue Ting. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I hope for their sake, because they are siblings, that it doesn't go too sour, but right now it's actually pretty sour, to be honest, like their relationship, and it's not on me. Like literally they just have literally no friendship right now, which is so heartbreaking, to be honest, being siblings and all that. And on the staircase landing, I guess, like the empty space inside, there is a huge bookshelf. I wanted to put it in Raina's bedroom at first, but I decided that, you know, actually putting books in a room isn't like the best idea. I feel like it makes it so that the room just doesn't feel as calming because there's a lot of like books in it. I don't know, like I feel like there's a feng shui explanation for it as well. I've heard about it before, like it's not really that good, and you know, it just doesn't feel right. So I decided to put it out because it has a lot of like file, like binders and files in that bookshelf, and I was imagining that that might be like Raina's collection of textbooks and research papers, and once she starts working on like her patients and stuff, she will have like records, right? Ideally, of course, you're not supposed to bring it home, but maybe she has like just some examples of it or something, I don't know. But basically she has like a whole bookshelf full of medical things, I feel. And then I placed like a little smaller TV on the side and gave it a little gaming console. I decided to go for like a little switch thing because it just looks better, and it just, I don't know, I don't really know if Raina is the type to game. I just placed it there because it might be like a nice addition. Maybe I was thinking maybe Ini's the one who introduced it to the house, perhaps. Maybe it was a housewarming gift from one of her friends. It actually might be the case, like it might have been like a housewarming gift from one of her friends. Maybe she shouldn't have it yet because I feel like she might want to do like a housewarming party anyways. The whole idea of a housewarming party just entered my brain right now, so I don't really know how it's gonna go. But basically it's not really like very incorrect for Raina to have gaming stuff in her house, but now that she has a bigger house, who knows what she might end up liking doing, you know. And then now finally we're working on the backyard area. I do zoom past this. I kind of cut out a lot of the landscaping because I swivel the camera way too much and I didn't really want to cause anyone any headaches, so I just cut many of it out. So it came together relatively quickly, and I don't really know if there's anything else I have to say about the backyard. It's quite straightforward. I will be adding some planter boxes here and there because I do want Raina to still have that garden. I'll have to figure out where to put it because I forgot about it, but it will be remedied, trust me. And with that, I think I'm going to go now because the video is coming to an end. I will be adding screenshots of this build at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around for that one because I will be adding like the little tweaks, the garden pots, the pictures that I will be installing into the empty frames, that kind of stuff. It's all going to happen behind the scenes, so if you want to see that, definitely stay tuned for that. And I will leave you now. So if you like this video, remember to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. It will help me out very much and mean a lot to me. I appreciate you for loving this series as much as I do, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.
Rumor has it you have someone new. She'll regret you like a bad tattoo. 'Cause you'll never change, you'll always stay the same. Go on and tell all your friends all about me. I don't give a